We living in a society right now where people want to expose everybody. People want to expose people who has power. They want to expose so many different things about you. It's like you have somebody who probably want to be cool with you 1 minute, but secretly hating you behind your back. Like the last video I think I made, I talk about the difference between friends and allies and enemies, frenemies, and somebody that probably in between, or somebody who faking it, which goes on the same category as frenemies. But this guy that's on the picture with Will Smith he go by the name of Brother Bilal, and he just did an interview with Tasha K. Mind you now, him and Will Smith, from what I read about him, they were supposedly be they were supposed to be friends 40 years ago. 40 years ago they were like friends. I mean, they've been best friend for 40 years, according to Brother Bilal. We know Tasha K saying that him and I think a famous actor named Duane Martin were engaging in some kind of activity, a certain kind of activity, homosexual kind of activity to be exact. Well, Will Smith, which from what he stated, was the bottom dude, which makes it even worse. I mean, it just like the media just want to. It just that people is. I mean, Will Smith is just getting all kind of hits thrown at him, and I kind of feel sorry for that man, especially coming from a friend for 40 years and your assistant and the same kind of guy that helped put you on. Think about it. From what I read, Will Smith actually put this man on, introduce him to the game, let him be part of his assistant, possibly spend some time in his house, and for him to be backstabbed and betrayed like that from the media. And Jada Pinkett mentioned that she was gonna, I guess, sue him. But I'm gonna get to her in a minute. But yeah. I mean, I can just imagine what Will Smith is feeling. Like they say, betrayal is sometimes worse than regrets. And for him to air it out his laundry, Will Smith probably thinking, God, dog, you supposed to be my friend. Like, you supposed to be my friend. Like, what did I do to you? And I mean, I gave you money and stuff. Like, basically, I helped you out through life. So what am I to you? Are you hating on me? And that is another thing. That's the reason why, like I said before, you got to be careful who you call as friends. But let's just say if it is true, because I don't know, that's just conjectures. From what I can see, it was just conjectures and everything, and allegations that he made. I don't know if he's trying to make a book, because that's another thing that society want to do. They want to make books, and we have a culture of, I want to speak my truth. We live in a society where people want to expose people just to have financial gain or get notoriety. Want to have like deals and stuff, book deals, book signings, and further spread rumors on somebody. And sometimes when you give an inch, other people will take a mile, which leads me to Jada Pinkett. She's saying that she was going to sue and everything. I understand, but Jada is the reason why Will Smith is that the situation that's going on right now is happening now. Sometimes when you put a kink in an armor, you opening up a whole plethora of all kind of people to do the same thing you doing. He probably thinking, well, dang, if Jada Pinkett is doing that and people giving her notoriety and stuff about Will Smith, I may as well put my truth out and see and tell the book what I'm seeing. But I mean, I don't. It could be true because he stated that he caught him you know, doing the activity that he was doing with Duane Martin. Of course, Jada Pinkett probably wasn't there. Yeah, because I also heard rumors about that from elsewhere too, about Will Smith and Jada and Duane Martin, because they used to be on TV shows like All of Us. The whole like a lot of the cast used to be on that TV show back in around the mid 2000s, I think, or the early 2000s. I'm not sure, but they, she, I mean, Jada Pinkett opens a can of worms with that situation. Now people are kind of going in on Will Smith. A lot of people want to start questioning his sexuality. A lot of people want to kind of emasculating him, because the worst thing you can do to a man is emasculate him. And poor Will, I'm just thinking that he probably gonna need some therapy. He's gonna need to see some kind of a shrink or something, because his mind can't be right. Just imagine you on television show get caught off guard about, during the red table talk, and your the wife that you were separated with decided to put everything, sex life, sex business, on social media, on Facebook, really live on Facebook, because that's what the red table talk was. It was like a live Facebook video, and also want to do a memoir of you, write books about you, talking about, I can't remember the name of that book is. I can't remember, but you want to put a book about him. And one thing I was told, by a lot of guys told me, they kind of schooled me some game. A lot of older guys told me, if a woman put all your business out there of the relationship and kind of talk down on you behind your back in front of everybody, she totally lost respect for you. And that is the situation right there with Will Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith, or I'll just say Jada Pinkett, totally lost respect for Will Smith. Totally. And she, like, no, I mean, my thing is, though, she want to sue and want to say, oh, this is nonsense. What's going on here? Excuse me, miss, you started the whole thing. You should have kept your private business to yourself. Don't put this thing online. And my thing is, though, with this, with that situation, I don't think, even if he did knew about it, I don't think he probably would say anything if they would have just kept, if they would just kept their family business at home. Don't put it online. Don't air it. They should have just kept it at home, because I don't care if Will Smith go that way. Oh well, that's his business. That's for him to. If you want to reveal it to the public, let him do that. I mean, the world don't need to know what he do in the bedroom or anything. The world don't even know. And this guy who's sitting right behind Will, you can just look at him and see how fake he is. You got people that do that. You would think that they're your friend. They'll have you thinking that they'll be they're always gonna be there for you. It's no wrong that they can do. But soon when you turn your back on them, they'll talk about you like a dog. That's why like I said, you got to be careful who you choose as a friend. But at the same time, how can you be a fake friend for 40 years, over 40 years? So which means that when they were friends, they were pretty much like kids, I guess, either kids or teenagers. So that's a long time. But like I said, I hope you know Will Smith. I don't know if he said anything about it, made a public post about it, but I'm hoping that he'll get himself back on track. He'll keep being a great actor that he is, because I'm a Will Smith fan. I love his movies. And I hope all goes well and work out. And I agree, even though some of the stuff Jada, she caused on herself, but I do agree with Jada. They need to sue, because, and what I'm saying, it's just something about Tasha K though. Like, she, I don't want to get into that, But anyway, I mean, he should get sued, and Will Smith should just disconnect himself from this backstabber. But tell me what you think.